Okay, so we are going live. I think it's live now. Let's see. We're just going to go ahead and start. See if anyone's going to show up. Try not these new microphones. All right, so I have, hey everybody, let's just start from the beginning. Hey everybody, welcome back to Baseline Farms. My name is Jade. So I have recorded quite a few videos, and I have no idea what happened, but I lost some of the footage. So I decided to go live and give you a little garden tour. So no one has joined yet, but it's okay. So I just wanted to give you an update as to what is happening in the garden and what we're growing and what we're doing. And yeah, things like that. So let's just go ahead and get started. So why I'm doing this live feed is because I have, like I said, I recorded a bunch of videos of me like working at the job site and things like that. And then, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm live. I'm live.
What?
I'm going live.
You're live?
Yeah. Do you want to come and join me?
How many, do you have anybody watching?
No, not yet. Not yet. I should have scheduled it, but here's right here. I have a microphone.
Hi, everybody.
All right, here, let's test this out. Okay. Did you charge them?
Yeah, they're fully charged.
Okay, here we go. No one yet. We're on for 2 minutes now. So I was going to give them a garden tour since I lost that footage from those last. It's not like I lost it. I just don't know what I'm doing as far as uploading the videos.
Uploaded the files to iCloud, and iCloud doesn't collaborate with the Adobe app that she's using for editing.
Oh yeah,
so now we're switching to Dropbox.
Oh, we have one person. Hey. All right, so this is my. I don't know. So this is my second time ever going live, and the reason why I'm going live is because they just chimed off. It's all right. It's because I don't know how to work my computer. All right, so I'm going to give you a quick garden vlog as to what is happening, and then John and I are going to chit chat as to what we're doing around the farm. So I noticed that one of the beds have been weeded. Weeded, right? Did you weed that? Because I didn't weed it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. One of the garden beds is full of weeds. So I was super surprised when I came out here and there's no weeds in it. So that's super exciting. All right. So first, we're going to start off right over here in this little garden bed. This little garden bed, I had a bunch of carrots in it. And the carrots all kind of, they didn't die out. I harvested all of them. I harvested all of them. Are you going to come back?
Yeah, just call me.
Okay.
I'll be right there.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I harvested all of the carrots and everything was doing so well. So, but the weeds, we have so many weeds. So John came up with an idea that we're going to burn the weeds in the garden, where he's going to, just burn the weeds. And he said he can do it inside the garden bed as long as there's no produce that we want to keep. So I might just have him do that and see how that works because, too many weeds. All right, so this is what's happening in this garden bed. We do have some broccoli over here on the corner, and that broccoli was doing so well, but then it got so hot, you guys. It has been so stinking hot. It was over 100 degrees the past few days, but the last 2 days it's been about 80. So that has been so nice. So that is what's happening in this garden bed. So now let's go off to the other garden bed. So this garden bed right here, I don't really have anything planted. I just weeded it just a little bit, the major weeds. And we did have some snap peas over there growing on the trellis. But what happened was the snap peas got this powdery mildew. And so I ended up removing all of the snap peas. But we did get quite a few peas off of it. So that's really nice. And then over here in this garden bed, this is the garden bed that was just completely full of weeds. And so John was able to remove all of that. And so Oh, that's so nice. Now over here on this side, that's where we sowed a bunch of carrots. So we have a bunch of carrots right over there on that side, and they're doing so well, you guys. Look at this. Now I'm not too sure. I've never really planted carrots so late in the season, especially it's been getting so hot. So I'm hoping that these carrots are going to take off and do well. Now I did plant quite a bit of carrots, but this is what we have right here. Just that little section. Now on the other side over here, that one, I'm not even too sure what I have planned for that yet. I'm not even too sure what kind of seeds I want to pop in there. I was thinking of popping some more squash because I really like zucchini, and right now I only have the Black Beauty squash growing in one of the garden beds. So I don't know. There's always possibilities. Okay, so over here in this garden bed, I did do a video starting some cucumbers over here in this garden bed, and look at how good the cucumbers are doing. They're doing so good. Let me give you a really good view as to how the cucumbers are doing. Look at that. Isn't that just so amazing? So amazing. So I am really happy. These are let's see what cucumbers. These are the Supremo cucumbers. I believe they're by Johnny Selected Seeds. So I'm super excited about how these cucumbers are doing. Now on the other side here, we have these are some bush beans. These are, I believe I bought them from Burpees, and they are a value pack. So, my gosh, look at that. Look how amazing that is. Let me give you a really good view of these. Also, they're just so amazing, so prolific. So I'm so excited to see how and what we're going to get from these bush beans. Now, I did not do any trellising. So beans, I didn't do any of the beans like the pole beans or anything like that. And no reason. There's no reason. I feel like last year I did some pole beans and they did really, really well. So this year I decided I'm just going to do these bush beans to see how they do. And from my understanding is that the bush beans will develop all of the beans all at once, and then you harvest it, and then that's pretty much it. All right, so over here we have our strawberries. Look at that. All those strawberries. So I have been harvesting a basket of strawberries pretty much daily. And out here in Northern California, Zone 9B, or no, I think we changed it to a Zone 9A. We used to be Zone 9B, but something about the zones have switched a little bit. So now we're like Zone 9A. And out here, strawberries for one basket is like $5 for, if you go to the strawberry stand. And I have been picking out strawberries a basket a day. Look at that. So the problem is, though, I just noticed on this one, man, this is such a perfect one. Look at this perfect little strawberry. It has a little, something's eating it. And I think it's probably either, I've seen some pincher bugs in here, so it could be that, like those earwigs. It could be some snails. That could be it also. But that's a bummer, because that's a really nice looking strawberry. Look at that. But yeah, so that is what's happening. Let's see this one. This is another good, look at that. What a good looking strawberry. So yeah, this is really exciting. I pick about a basket a day, and it's awesome. It's awesome. But I'm going to give this one to the chickens, the one that was eaten. All right, so that is how the strawberries are doing. Fantastic. Now over here we have our lemongrass. Man, this lemongrass has been producing lemongrass. I have no complaints, 0 complaints, because my dad gave me this lemongrass and it has just been amazing. Now I did cut it back last year really bad. I just really chopped it down to nothing. But it came back. It came back with a vengeance. So that's really cool. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's so many strawberries in here. I was just looking around and there's just so many red ones. Look at that. I need to get a little basket. I haven't picked any strawberries today. Oh, look at that one. Oh man. Did something eat that one? Yeah, shoot. Something ate that too. Okay, I need to put some kind of snail bait or something down because, oh, there's another one. Oh my goodness, there's another one. Oh, something ate this too. Shoot. Look at that. Another one. Okay, so I just cannot leave these out here for that long. I have to definitely harvest them either early or put some of that snail bait down because all of these are all been eaten. Oh, this one hasn't. But yeah, so that is what's happening as far as those strawberries go. I'll give these to the chickens. But this is the lemongrass. Lemongrass is doing fantastic. I love it. It's yeah, we just had some lemongrass soup last night and it is amazing. All right, so over here behind me, this is where I planted the artichokes along with the Jerusalem artichokes. And I decided I'm just going to throw some asparagus seeds in here as well. Or I don't even know you call them shoots. I'm not too sure. Okay, so we have some asparagus growing right here. It's baby, so I just planted it just this year. So I'm thinking they say it's going to take about a couple years in order to harvest asparagus. So that's cool. I mean, I'm excited about that when we get to harvest some asparagus. Oh, we have one person watching. Hi. So then over here we have. So I'm giving a garden tour, a garden vlog. Just a little update. I did a bunch of videos. I lost all my footage, and so I decided to go live and give you a garden tour as to what is happening in the garden. So here we are. All right, so here we have some artichokes, and so in this garden bed, I just have so much stuff going on. It's like a smorgasbord of stuff. I don't know if it's going to grow. I don't know if it's going to do good because I've never done that before. So we have these huge asparagus. We have these Jerusalem artichokes right over here. And we have some asparagus growing right here, little guys. So that is what's happening in that garden bed. Now over here, so let's get past this little jungle here. It is getting so warm. The past few days, it has been hot. Okay, so right here we have some blackberries, and these blackberries, oh my goodness, are so stinking sweet. But again, something's eating them. I don't know what's eating them. And sorry if this camera is a little wobbly. Let me see if I can fix it. But yeah, so these blackberries are doing amazing. I did come out here this morning and harvest a bunch of them. So they're awesome. All right. And by the way, the person that's watching, I'm using this new microphone. So just let me know if it's okay or not. Okay. If I'm speaking too loud, if it's working. I'm not sure if it's working. Okay. Let me show you this little garden bed right here. This garden bed, I have a bunch of stuff growing in it. I have some broccoli in the center. I have these Armenian cucumbers right here on the side. I have these handmade pickle cucumbers right over here. And it's nuts. And then on the other side, I have some golden bush beans that I tried growing last year and had zero success. So this year I tried it again, and I'm hoping that I get something out of them. I'm so excited. I had these packages forever. But look at that, you guys. I've never done this before and packed a bed like this. So I'm really hoping that we're going to get a ton of broccoli and cucumbers and beans and, oh, and also, and I put some tomatoes. You know, let's see. Oh, thank you. The sound is good. Okay, so over here in this corner, and also, okay, so I went nuts. I literally went nuts in this garden bed. When I was planting it, it is what it is. So I put tomatoes on this side because I have this trellis. Okay, so you see this trellis behind me? Things only got halfway. I've never had anything grow all the way on this trellis. So, because I've had such a good success with tomatoes, I decided to put tomatoes on both sides. I have 4 tomato plants on both sides, which I'm sure it's overkill, but you know what, it is what it is. And I'm going to trellis it over these tomatoes. And my dream, my vision is I'm going to be just harvesting tomatoes. Okay, so the problem is, I don't know what kind of variety these tomatoes are. I planted a bunch of seeds, probably over 200 tomato seedlings, and it's so addicting. You know, I was putting them in the little containers 3 at a time, and then I separated them, and none of them died. So I ended up like 200 tomato seedlings, and then I lost some of the tags. It kind of, I don't know what happened. The name washed off. So I have no idea what kind of tomatoes these are. I don't even know why I put the tag in there. So I'm hoping, we'll see. We'll see what we're gonna get. they could be like beefsteak tomatoes, they could be cherry tomatoes, they could be Roma tomatoes, they could be Cherokee purples. I have no idea what kind of tomatoes, but we're about to find out soon. So that is how this area is doing, and I know it's going to be crazy. This stuff is going to grow over the top. That's my goal. But look how good they're doing. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so what I use for my soil is mushroom compost. A couple of friends, a while back, I went to their garden and it was growing massive, just massive. And I asked them, like, what do you use for your plants? Because I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing. The first year, I just put the tomato plants and everything literally right into the clay. This soil is like clay. It's not soil, it's clay. And I just dug a hole and I put the tomatoes right in there and I barely got anything. And so right in this garden bed, ever since I used that mushroom compost, oh my God, it's been a game changer. So I mend it every year. I put some fertilizer. I fertilize the garden with emulsion and bat guano, and I just kind of hand water it. Sometimes if the truck, because I have a spray rig, if that spray rig's not being used, then I'll use the spray rig because that's so much easier. Okay, so over here in this garden bed, we have some potatoes, a bunch of potatoes, and this is so addicting. Growing up as a kid, my dad used to take us to go watch Indiana Jones, and I loved watching Indiana Jones. And so every time I dig out potatoes, it just reminds me, it's like looking for treasures. It's so addicting. It's so addicting. So yesterday I harvested a bunch of potatoes, and I recorded the whole thing and did the whole vlog, but because I lost it, it's a bummer. We pulled out so many potatoes yesterday because I just couldn't stop. So let's see if I could find some right now. Oh my God, there's one. Wait a minute. Okay, so the potatoes, my understanding is that you can leave the potatoes in the ground, I guess as long as it's not too hot. But what we've been doing is we've just been harvesting them and eating them fresh. And so look at that. Look how easy that is. So what I do is I just look for a little mound where it's kind of puffed up a little bit, and I just dig around a little bit, literally scavenging for food. If that's what you want. It's not harvesting. What would you do? Yeah, I don't know, whatever. But here's a potato, and there's more. There's a lot more. But I could spend all day here digging out potatoes, and I don't want to do that. I want to give you a garden vlog since it's been a long time since I've done a garden vlog. And I hate sitting in front of the computer. I love editing the videos, but I hate sitting in front of the computer, and I just want to go, live because it's just easier that way. I don't need to edit a bunch of stuff. All right, so, oh shoot, there's a worm. Okay, so there's another potato. And the cool part about these potatoes is the skin is so thin. Like look at that. Do you see that? I could just rub it off. It's not like the store-bought potatoes, and it tastes so delicious. And it's so easy to grow. I mean, it's so easy to grow. You just have to cut off the little, when it starts to sprout up, you just cut that off, put it in the soil, make sure it has sun, and well, you got some potatoes. Amazing. You never go hungry. All right, so that's what's happening over here in this potato patch right here. Okay, so let's see. If you're wondering what all these plants are in the back, for those of you that don't know, we own a landscape business, a landscape contracting business, and so all these plants go to those landscape contracting spots and things like that. And I kind of recycle the Christmas trees for the holiday season. All right, so over here, let's see. I'm sorry if it's a little wobbly. Okay, let's fix you. There we go. Okay, so over here we have my raspberry bush. I have yet gotten any raspberries. I think I've had this raspberry bush for about 3 years. But when I did get it, I bought 2 of them at the same time. I bought this. Hello, your mic volume. It is way too. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. I don't know how to adjust it. So maybe I won't talk so loud. How about that? Okay. Maybe I'll take it down lower like this. Is that better? I hope so. Okay, so over here we have these raspberries, and I haven't gotten any raspberries because I bought the raspberry plant with the blackberry plant, and yeah, it was just I put them in the same pot, and then I separated them, and ever since then, nothing. So I'm hoping it's going to make a comeback. I notice I see some little raspberries right here, some little flowers, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's my first time ever, dealing with raspberries and things like that. You guys, look at this squash. I hope the volume is better on the microphone. I mean, it's my first time ever using it. So I hope it's not too loud. Okay. This is some Black Beauty zucchini. Last year, I only had one Black Beauty zucchini, and it was amazing. And I harvested so much. So what I do with all the zucchini is I just chop it up. We either eat it fresh or I make minestrone soup. In minestrone soup, I pretty much use everything in the garden. I use the squash, the tomatoes, the beans, and I chop up everything really fine, and the potatoes. And then I cook the minestrone soup, and then I freeze it or I put it in jars, so that way it's kind of quick for the kids to just take a little jar of soup and warm it up, or whatever they want to do, take it to lunch. So here we have the Black Beauty squash, and that is doing so amazing. And then you guys, I'm so bummed out. See that artichoke plant over there? We had some really strong winds out here, and yeah, the winds knocked down the artichokes. So I think I'm going to plant some more artichokes next year, but what I'm going to do differently is I'm going to have John get the excavator, dig some holes for me. I'm going to put some mushroom compost in there, and I'm going to designate those spots for the artichokes, because they're so good all the way down to the center. The leaves are so plump. So those of you that like artichoke, growing your own, it's amazing. And growing your own anything is amazing. When I first started growing seeds, I was mesmerized. I was addicted. Me and my cousin, because during the pandemic, my cousin came and helped me, and we learned together how to redo containers and things like that. And so, John's trying to torch the weeds. So if you hear that loud, I don't know if you hear that sound in the background, he just lit up a torch to torch the weeds. Oh my goodness, it's so loud. Okay, so over here we have our San Marzanos. Our San Marzanos are doing so good. You guys, look how big they are. Okay, when I first started growing tomatoes, I didn't know what I was doing, and they got some kind of fungus, pesticides, and so since then I've been getting better. Of course, it's a learning experience. So I have been doing all the trimming off all the suckers. So like, for example, here's the main leader, right? It keeps going straight up. Sweetie, sorry, I'm gonna tell John that's hella loud. That's hella loud. How does it look? I'll show you what he's doing in just a second. Yeah. He's gonna burn the weeds for me, so I don't have to hand pull them, which is kind of nice. I hope it works. Okay, so right here's the main leader, and then see this one right here? Let me give you a really good close-up look. I don't know if you can see that. See this one right here? That's a sucker. That will eventually grow tomatoes. But what's going to happen, from my understanding, is that your tomatoes are not going to be that big. The first year, I didn't know that. So I didn't cut off any suckers. And my tomatoes were smaller, and I didn't get that huge abundance. My tomatoes were kind of tiny. And it could be for many reasons. It could be because I didn't dig the hole deep enough, and I just used the clay. I didn't know you could put amendments. I had no clue. Zero clue as to how to plant, grow, preserve. Nothing. I was just like, I'm just going to plant some seeds. And I just went to the store and I just bought all kinds of stuff and unnecessary things. I bought unnecessary things. Okay. So over here, underneath the tomatoes, I planted basil. Last year, we made so much basil. We just jarred it, and I just put it in the refrigerator, and we used it for pizza, because I am still baking bread, you guys. I am so proud of myself. I've been doing this bread making for the past, I don't know, maybe 2 years or something like that. And it's amazing. It's amazing. We haven't had to buy bread from the market for the past 2 years. And I make little rolls so they can put sandwich meat inside. It's just, I blow myself away sometimes. I can't even believe I'm baking bread. That's so crazy to me. It's amazing. All right, so over here we have some kale. I don't like kale. I didn't plant the seeds. My daughters plant the seeds, and they are supposed to come by today and harvest it because I want to plant something else in this garden bed. And I did try the kale yesterday, and I thought, you know what? Maybe I should just try it when it's baby. Maybe I'm gonna like it. No, I don't. I don't. It's very bitter. When it first came, like this one, this little piece, I didn't use any pesticides in any of this stuff. That's how big it was. I ate it. Okay, so the beginning part tastes really good. Get towards the end, don't taste too good anymore. Tastes kind of bitter. Yeah, I stick with spinach myself for my personal preference. But this is how the kale's doing. Doing amazing. My gosh, isn't that just wild? And they've never planted anything either. And I told them, I was like, they went to the store, they were buying kale like mad. And I said, you guys, we have a huge garden in the back. Why don't you just plant your own kale? But you know, it's like that instant gratification by you go to the market, you buy the kale, and it's like instant, right? So you don't have that instant gratification when you're growing your own seeds. You actually have to wait a little bit. It's like a waiting game. And then you're not sure, like, is it going to come up? Is it not going to come up? And then wham, you come out here one day and then you have a whole bunch of kale. So when they came over yesterday, one of my daughters came over, and because all of our kids were living with us, and then our daughter moved out, her and her girlfriend moved out, and so, you know, they just come by and visit every once in a while. So this is their little patch of kale. So they're going to come by today, harvest this, and yeah, eat it, I guess. All right, over here we have some more broccoli, and the reason why I have so much broccoli in the garden is because I grew it from seed, and I didn't want to throw it away, and I figure let's just give it a chance. And it's getting hot, so I hope we get at least one or two maybe things of broccoli. I don't know. All right, Hank, you guys, the animals are so good. The other day, totally off subject, but in case I forget, the other day, can you believe this? Someone was driving past our house. It was during traffic. We live on a busy country road, and someone drove past and threw a kitten across the street. A kitten, a baby kitten. This kitten was no more than 4 weeks old. It was so tiny. It fit in the palm of my hand. And how we found it was John just happened to be out there looking for something in his truck, and he heard this meow. We have a barn cat as well. And he thought that the barn cat was across the street injured. So he ran across the street to go and see if it was okay. And he couldn't see it, but he heard this little meowing sound. So he was like, Jade, go give me a stick so I could poke around. I don't know why. Okay, so I did to go get a stick, and we're across the street poking around in the bushes, and we keep hearing this little hissing sound. We don't know if it's a skunk because we can't see it. It's hidden in a little rabbit hole. And so he lifts up this little grass, this pile of grass, and there it is. And so I swooped it up, and we came home. We bottle fed it. Can you believe that? Someone threw a cat across the street, a kitten. Like, how can they do that? Just mean people out there. But yeah, so now it's living in the house, and it's jumping everywhere. It jumps everywhere. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But she's so stinking cute. We call her Lucky because she's so lucky we heard her. And so we figure we go with that, old-fashioned name, Lucky. All right, so yeah, so now we have 3 cats. We have our indoor cat, we have an outdoor cat, and a possibly indoor-outdoor cat. We're not too sure yet because she's so stinking cute. All right, and I'll show you what she looks like. She's like a little tuxedo cat. So cute. All right, so over here we have some eggplant. I hope this is the eggplant that's like purple. I'm not too sure. I only grew a couple of them, which is right here too. And I'm planning to get more eggplant. So I'm excited to see what we're going to get, because last year I grew a bunch of eggplant and it was amazing. And I cooked with it. We put it in the minestrone soup. We just did so much with it. I made it an Iranian dish with it. Some kind of, I was trying to remember the name that I made, but it was delicious. All of it was good. So now right over here, we have our beefsteak tomatoes, and they're doing really, really good. So the reason why these ones are not as big as the San Marzano is because I planted them later, and that's okay. But they're catching up. They're looking good and they're catching up. So we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 of them. And as you can see, they're doing fantastic. I mean, we're already getting some little San Marzano tomatoes over there. I don't know if I gave you a peek at that. Let me go and show you because they're doing so good. Let me show you. Okay, bear with me. Let me see if I can turn this around. There we go. So do you see that right there? Look at that. So cool. I cannot wait. Look at that. So yeah. Oh, and then I planted an artichoke right in there as well. I'm hoping it grows. I did it from seed. So I just popped the seed in and it started growing and it's looking amazing. Look, you guys, you know what that is? Our Myers lemon. I have been waiting so long. Let me turn you back around. Sorry. Okay. I have been waiting so long to get some Myers lemons. And this is how it's doing. It's doing fantastic. Do you see all those lemons on there? I have been waiting to get lemons for so long. I've had this lemon tree for, I want to say like 8 years or something like that. And it just never ever has never given me any lemons ever. It's a Myers lemon. I thought it was ornamental. And I just, I thought, oh shoot, it's just a little ornamental plant. But no, I think because I keep talking bad about it every time I see it, I keep getting it a hard time, telling it it's never going to give me any lemons. And now it's finally giving me some lemons. I cannot wait to make some lemonade or something like that. That's going to be so amazing. Let's see. Oh, we have another artichoke right over here. So this one's doing so good, you guys. I'm getting hungry talking about all this food. I'm getting kind of hungry. I might have to go grab some like strawberries or something. Okay, so over here we have our yellow onions. The yellow onions, this is my first year ever growing yellow onions. I did attempt to grow some yellow onions and some, oh no, Bella's trying to get inside the garden. Do you see her? Oh my gosh, you guys. On the weekends, I let Bella roam around. Bella is our quarter horse. I let her roam around and be free. So she's out roaming around and she's eating some zinnias this morning. She's taking out some of my zinnias from my small garden. Such a bummer. But, it is what it is. Okay, so here are my yellow onions, and the yellow onions are doing so good. I cannot wait to harvest them and try them. From my understanding, when it's time to harvest, the tips are going to dry out, and then I guess we harvest them. I don't know. We're about to find out soon. I cannot wait. Okay, so it's starting to warm up. Today is not supposed to get too hot. It's supposed to get only up to, I think, 89 degrees or something like that. All right, so over here in this garden bed. We have a bunch of tomatoes on one side, which I need to turn off this drip. I just noticed this. I have a little, my drip is broken over there on the very end. I got to fix that. All right, so here in this garden bed, I planted a bunch of things. I planted some celery that we don't have anything, dill, and we don't have anything, and parsley. We don't have anything. No seedlings, nothing has popped up. I'm not even sure if we're going to get anything. I don't know. We did go camping one weekend and it did not get watered. So I don't know if that's, if it killed the seeds or, and I don't know. So we're just I'm either going to purchase some dill so I could put it in pickles, or celery. I'm just going to play by ear and hopefully it grows, but I am going to put some dill inside and some parsley. I do like parsley. Oh, is that a sandwich? John's over here hanging out. I'm so hungry and he's over here eating a sandwich in front of me. Can I have a bite of that?
There's cheese and pastrami.
Oh, get away, guys.
You're doing a live shot. Are you supposed to talk now?
I was so hungry.
Finish it.
My tummy was growling. I bet you the microphone can hear it. I hope you don't mind me eating. I've been out here snacking on kale. It doesn't fill the void. Look at this baby kitty. John brought out the baby kitty. I told him that someone just tossed it across the street. Isn't she so cute? Little Lucky. She's grown quite a bit and she's a handful. Look at that. Our animals are so sweet to cats. We did have one animal that was a killer. But yeah, look at how cute she is.
She's a jumper.
Thank you for that one person that's hanging in there and holding on strong. Thank you, folks. Keep on watching. I hope you're not bored. I guess if you were, you would just sign off, huh? I don't want that.
Oh, she doesn't like the crust. It's perfect for me.
I'm sorry.
I like the crust.
Oh, you left. Because you don't like me eating in front of you. It's all right. I'm so hungry. Okay.
They might have been a vegetarian. They want to see you eat them strong.
I don't think so.
I'm just kidding.
It's just probably boring. All right. So over here on this side, we have our cherry babies. I thought maybe they're called baby cherries. No, cherry babies. And they're doing so good. These are our cherry tomatoes. And they're doing so good. And so in front of the cherry tomatoes, we have our basil, and that's doing well also. So I'm super excited. I cannot wait to harvest. We have a couple different types of basil. So I'm so excited. I cannot wait to harvest all this basil and make some more pesto. Because this year, I think we're down to 1 jar of pesto. We went through all of our cucumbers and all of our spaghetti sauce. So I cannot wait to make some more spaghetti sauce and store it for the winter. Okay, so over here on this side we have our peppers. We have a ton of peppers, and yeah, they're doing so well, you guys. Look at that. They are doing so well. So let me just run through it as to all the peppers that we have. So we have this one right here is Big Bertha bell pepper. So we have 2 of those, and then these are the ones that I just bought from the nursery, because my peppers are in the back, and as you can see, they're super tiny. But the ones from the nursery, probably because they grew in the greenhouse, they're so big. So we have some Fresno chili. I've never grown that one. We have another Big Bertha. We have a yellow bell pepper. We have a Thai dragon. Oopsie daisy. We have a Thai chili plant. And then we have some more bell peppers, and these are all bell peppers in the back. So I'm excited. Last year I did not grow that many bell peppers, so I'm hoping this year I get quite a few bell peppers from this harvest, and I'm excited because I want to put it and store it and freeze it, or however preserve it so that we can have it all year round. All right, on the other side, we're almost done. On the other side we have this, let's see here, Cherokee purples. So over here on this side we have some Cherokee purples, and the Cherokee purples are doing fantastic. Fantastic. Everything's doing really, really well. And you guys, look at Val. Val, come here. I don't know if you remember. Come here, Val. It's because Lucky's in the garden. Look, Val. Look how big she's gotten. So when we got Val, she was only a little thing. And she's a half Queensland Heeler, half Rat Terrier. And look how she was so tiny when we got her. But now she's gotten so big. So this is how what are these? Cherokee purples. Yeah, Cherokee purples. This is how the Cherokee purples are doing. They're doing fantastic. Everything's doing really, really good. Now over here, we have some pumpkins. Now these pumpkins I just found in my little garden, and I decided to, they were just, what do you call that when they just grow on their own? They're just volunteers. So these volunteered on their own. And so I decided to pop them out and put them right in here. I have no idea what kind of pumpkins they are. Oh, they're growing some pumpkins. Oh my gosh, how cute. I have not had any success growing pumpkins. I don't know if I started them too late or started them too early. I have no idea. But I've never had success. So I'm hoping, my hope is it's one of those small little decorative pumpkins, because when I go out to do job sites in containers, I do like to put those little pumpkins in there for the holidays, for the what is it called, for the Halloween and things like that. So that is what's happening over here. So everything's doing really good, you guys. Everything's doing really, really well in the garden. Now let me go ahead and show you how the little garden's doing. Let's see, I think the animals would be okay in here. So the little kittens in here and a rat terrier. but they'll be fine. All right, and then we have our Bella, our quarter horse, right over here behind me. You can see her. If she can make her way into the garden, she will. And she knows how to open up gates. There she is. Hey, Bella. So Bella is our quarter horse, and she was a 4-H horse, but she has since retired. And this is a fly mask. This will help. This prevents the flies from bugging her eyes and stuff like that. Plus, I use a fly spray on her. All right, so now for our chickens. Actually, it's time. Let me go and release the chickens. Our chickens, I keep them locked up until about now. And usually around 2 o'clock, I let them out, or 3 o'clock. I'll let them out to do free range. And so they'll free range around the whole entire property and, you know, get whatever bugs and things like that. So that's what we need to do. And I need to collect a bunch of eggs. Okay, this is probably going to be a really long live vlog. Okay, so there are my chickens. Come on, girls. So all the chickens, and then they get to roam around. So I have 21 ladies. I don't have any roosters. We have 2 ducks, 1 horse, 3 lambs, and 21 chickens. I did have 22 chickens, but then we went camping. We do have a skunk on the property somewhere, and we went camping and something ate one of my chickens. It was horrible. Found it inside the chicken coop. So it was a real big bummer. Oh, Val wants to come out. See the dogs. Okay, come on. Good job. All right, so that is what's happening in the big garden. That's what's happening as far as the chickens go. So now off to the little garden. Let me show you what's happening in the little garden. What's growing, what we've been doing. Oh my goodness, so many things have been happening. So here is the little garden. Look at that. So these flowers right here, these flowers are for job sites. I'm going to be doing some containers soon, and that's where they're going to go. And then over here, let me show you. Let me just give you a little walk through the little garden. Look at that. So cute. Let me show you what it looks like. Let me turn the camera around. Okay, so that palette is not dead. It might look dead, but it got 0 water one day. But then I started watering it, and look, it started popping up. So I need to take all this dead stuff out of the way so this new stuff can grow in. And this is called Creeping Jenny. And that thing is, those are, yeah, it'll take over. It'll take over everything. So if you want to put it in a container, it looks amazing. It'll come back every year. So here we have, I put some leftover with alyssum right here in both of those spots. Now this garden, I decided I'm going to make it into a cut flower garden / maybe strawberries. I don't know. This little garden, I have such big ideas for such a little space, but it's not that little. It's a pretty good space. So I started a lot of these from seed. Oh shoot, whoopsie daisy. Okay, so right here, I started all these from seed. These are some red status right here. I started those from seed, and it's doing so well. These are some calendulas right here. They're doing really, really well. Over here we have some more zinnias right in there. And so I just made these little mounds, and I grew these all from seed, and I popped the seedlings into the ground, and that's how they're doing. And so right here on this side, we have some bachelor buttons right there. All these bachelor buttons. And then over here we have, these are bells of Ireland. Look at that. Aren't those so cool? That's my first time ever growing bells of Ireland. And then we have back in there, those are some little white daisies. Then we have some cotton candy status right over here, and some more zinnias, and you know, all the other stuff. Okay, so that is what's happening in the little garden. And then I also planted, I had some leftover flower seedlings, and I popped them into the garden bed over there, and they're doing so good. Okay, so that's pretty much what's happening in the little garden. Oh yeah, I have 2 people. Hey guys. All right, so that's what's happening in the little garden. I have to go get the kitten. The little baby kitten is in the small garden. So for those of you that just showed up last week or a couple weeks ago, someone, so we live on a busy country road right here, and someone threw a kitten out into the field across the street, and we were able to rescue it and take care of it. So she's roaming around. We call her Lucky. She's roaming around right now in this big garden. All right, so let's go find her. She's here. She's hiding under the table. Come on, Hank. Here's our little shepherd. He's not really little. He's a pretty big boy. Here she is. She's so cute. Let me show you. Lucky. She was so little when we found her. Okay, come here, little one. Ooh. Look at this little one. Look how cute she is. Can you believe that? I cannot believe someone could just dump a kitten. People do that out there. Like, who does that? They have to be mean people to do that. I mean, she was not going to survive overnight. We have coyotes and owls and hawks and, oh my gosh, you name it. So many things out here. But she's a jumper. She's a jumper. And she's so loyal right now because she doesn't know anybody else. So that is what's happening on the farm. For those of you that just tuned in, I just gave a garden vlog on what's happening around the farm, what I'm growing, what's doing good, what's not doing good. We live on 4 acres, and my goal is to eventually have a little farm market. So I've been dabbling in this farming business and this, growing vegetables for the past 4 years, and I'm really enjoying it. So let me go show you. We do have some lambs. I totally forgot about the lambs. Let me go show you how the lambs are doing. The lambs are doing fantastic, and we call them the Kardashians. So come on, guys. All right, so let's go check out the lambs, because the lambs are getting bigger. And I'm thinking, here's my husband, John.
Hi, everybody.
So I think next year, I'm going to go show them the lambs. I don't want big lambs anymore. I want baby lambs. Yeah. So next year, so next year, I think we're going to do baby lambs, like small, a few months old. And that's what we're going to do, because having big lambs, it's a little bit harder. They're not quite used to you. They're a little bit more scared of you. And when you're trying to train them on the lead, having big lambs, it's not that easy. All right, so here are the Kardashians. That's their names. So we have, this is Kim right here, Chloe and Courtney. Chloe is the nicest one. And yeah, so those are our 3 ladies. So we'll just raise these girls for a little while, up until November or so. And then, yeah, they're so sweet though. I love lamb. I've always raised lamb. We've raised lamb for quite a few years now. And yeah, and we've learned that if you get 3 lambs, it's way easier to take care of 3 lambs, and 2, they don't make that much sound if you have 3 lambs. But that is how the lambs are doing, and then that's pretty much it. So hopefully you enjoy this video. It's probably a long one. Let's see how many. Oh yeah, you guys, we have so many things going on. Like so many things going on. Okay, let's go find some shade. So we have so many things going on right now, not only on the farm, but in the landscape business. You want to go sit in the garden where it's a little bit more shady? Okay, so we have, do you have your water?
What?
Your water? Okay, so John and I, we produce an event called Berry Fest. It's a strawberry festival. And we're so excited to try to put it on again. We did Berry Fest, how many years now?
We did it from 2009 through 2019, 11 years.
Yeah, and then the pandemic happened.
And then 2020 got canceled. Then we did a small farmer's market with a pageant, the Little Miss Berry pageant.
If he's too loud,
22.
if his microphone is so loud, please let me know, because someone said the microphone, I was speaking too loud.
Oh, okay. I'll
So you
probably
don't-
talk quieter then.
So you don't need to
Yeah,
speak
we're
so
used
loud.
to talking all over the phone, and now it's right on us.
I know. Um,
That's nice of them to tell you, though.
I know. Okay, so be careful, the kitten's in here somewhere. All right, so I'm going to hold
Yeah, Berry Fest. We haven't had a venue. We got kicked out of our venue. Well, we left our venue for the pandemic. Didn't have a contract, and they contracted with a volleyball tournament, and they
on our weekend.
yeah, and on our weekend. They
So
kept
we
giving it
usually
back to
do.
them.
I don't know. Can you click this out? There we go. Can you put that on there?
And then this year, for the first time, because we've been looking for a venue, we tried to make a venue in downtown Roseville, and it was just too expensive to do. And then we've been trying all the big venues that we think our festival would work in. And this year, 3 of them became available: the Cal Expo, our original venue at the grounds in Roseville,
Yeah.
and the Yolo County Fairgrounds in Woodland. And we really like our fairgrounds. The Placer County Fairgrounds is great, fits the event. Obviously, we built it for that for that
The
thing.
Berry Fest.
But the venue has changed. It's not the same as it used to be.
It's not all country bumpkin anymore.
Yeah, they put in a big, huge convention
Super commercial
building, sporting building,
Yeah,
and so it's not the same.
it's not the same.
And Cal Expo, that's it's more like how Cal Expo is a big thing. Cal Expo is lots of concrete.
Yeah, and we don't
Big,
really
huge
want to deal with a
buildings.
bunch of concrete.
Yeah.
It's so hot, and we usually have this event in May, Mother's Day weekend. So
It can be hot.
yeah,
It can be freezing cold, raining, storming.
Yep, it is just up and down. But so our goal is to have kind of like a nice. It's a country. Like what did
Yeah.
you say? Like a country.
We're trying to make it work at Yolo County. We think it's going to work, even though it's a 45-minute drive from Roseville. It's only a 30-minute drive from our house,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only a 25-minute drive from Sacramento, and it's only a 5-minute drive from Davis. So
Yeah. So I'm really excited. So we do all of our decorations. So when I first met John, he did the Strawberry Festival 1 year without me, right? So he created the Berry Fest, and then we met, and so then I became a part of it, but I wasn't a part of it right away. And when I first went to his event, it was like a carny show. It was like half naked girls. It was a Mother's Day event, and I was looking at him like, what kind of Mother's Day event nonsense is this? Yeah, half naked, hot chicks walking around and putting up paper and plastic decorations and things like that. But I just let him do it because we weren't married yet. We're just dating. And so then finally he proposed to me. I don't know how many years later he proposed to me. And I had my own business. I was doing hair, had a salon, so he was doing his own thing.
3 years
And then
later.
and then he asked me after we got engaged, or I don't even know, after we got married, he said, so when are you gonna start,
No, it was when we got engaged.
oh yeah, he said, so you're like now financially invested. When are you gonna start sewing some
I didn't
decorations?
say when you're going to start sewing some decorations. I said, when are you going to get involved with Berry
Okay.
Fest in some kind of way?
Yes.
Like, we have volunteers in the community that put hours and hours and
Yeah.
hours into this festival
Yeah,
for
no.
us and for the community. And you just show up, eat pancakes, and leave.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I was like, are you going to invest anything
And deep
into
fry
it?
and
So
deep fry
she thought about
zucchini
it.
and deep fry all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
she'd come and
I-
eat all the things
yeah.
and have fun.
I enjoyed
and
all the festival.
I would
Yeah.
put on the festival.
Yeah, I didn't sweat.
And I
didn't
wasn't
do-
asking her to like take on a huge role, but like take on a little role, So
I
but She
did.
took on
I
decorations.
tested all the food. The food was delicious. That was my role. So yeah, so now what I do is, because he was using so much paper and plastic and helium balloons and all that
2
nonsense.
Big, huge tanks of helium.
Yeah, and I thought, what a waste. That is such a waste. It's such a waste of plastic. It's just a
Yeah.
waste. So I know how to
And we
sew.
actually got some complaints from
Yeah.
participants
was complaining.
that are like, look, we know you're making the place look beautiful. We know you're making it look festive, but if you could really use some kind of recyclable something, because you're throwing away a lot of plastic every year.
Yeah.
Decorating the fairgrounds like that.
Yeah, and some of the balloons would escape, and so I just
Yeah.
didn't like any of that. So when I got involved, we did all material. So I sew all of the banners. I
hearts, the strawberries.
yeah, I make big
Big strawberries. that we
fluffy
hang all over the
strawberries.
place, different sizes, different shapes, different
Mhm.
colors, different designs.
Yeah, so I do all the
Everybody loves
banners. I use a lot of burlap because that's all like country bumpkin.
Lots of hanging banners, like the streamer type,
Mhm.
and then the long ones
Yeah.
go across, and then ones that say even what the parts of the event are, like
Yeah.
mom's retreat or whatever.
Yeah, so we have all kinds of, we have like kids games, kids activities.
And then we made this directional signs instead of them being all plastic. We
Yep,
made them
wood.
with the engraved wood.
Yep. And
Not
then, yeah,
engraved, sorry, painted wood.
yeah.
I want engraved wood.
Eventually.
That's why I thought it and I said
Eventually we're gonna get there.
it. The guy selling his our engraver guy,
Mhm.
he's selling the trailer with all the engraving equipment, everything that he does. The sign that we have, the johnandjay.com sign.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
He's selling the whole thing, so he's not going to be there anymore, which sucks.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Hopefully, whoever buys it does his old route, and then we'll still have them. But sometimes they buy the equipment and then they take it somewhere else.
I know. So yeah, so we're excited to do this event for next year.
Yeah, we're so
Yeah,
excited.
so we're so excited. It's Mother's Day weekend next year.
So it's going to happen in one of those 3 locations.
Yeah. Yeah, one of them. And are you going to tell them the theme yet?
Oh, no.
Not yet? Okay.
No, we've already designed the theme and promotions, going on the promotions for it and everything.
Yeah. So as soon as we get our venue, then we're going to start promoting it. But yeah, keep a lookout. Berry Fest in we don't know yet.
May 10th and 11th.
May 10th and 11th. I'm excited. I cannot wait for that day to come.
It's a kids festival. It's not a kids. I mean, it is. It's all of our entertainment is fun for kids.
We have everything.
Yeah.
We have everything.
And
we have things
demonstrations.
for dads. We have things for moms. We have
Yeah.
things for kids. We have things for
And
toddlers.
it's Mother's Day weekend, so we have places that kids can make gifts for mom for free too.
Yeah. Oh, so we have another person joining. So we're just talking about an event that we're going to be doing next year, Mother's Day weekend, called Berry Fest.
Berry Fest Strawberry Festival.
We've been doing this event for the past, well,
from 2009 to 2019 until the pandemic.
Yes.
You have to go back when this is posted and then look at. We'll talk a lot about. We already just talked a lot about it.
Yeah, and so yeah, so we're excited about that. And then what else is happening?
Jasmine had her first. Our youngest is working across the street or down the street.
Yeah, as a lifeguard.
and she had her first rescue.
Yeah,
so that was pretty cool. She didn't save a life.
No, she did.
But I call it a rescue.
She used the little floaty thing.
Well, I mean, the kid was stuck on an island and was afraid to swim back, and she went and got the kid and brought him back. She's all, that's not a rescue. I'm like, yeah, you rescue the kid. The kid asked for help, and you went and got him and brought him back. That's a rescue to me. It wasn't drowning. You didn't save his life, but you rescued him.
Yeah.
And so I call that her first rescue.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. So she's enjoying that job. Yeah. So that's pretty much what's happening. And let's see what else.
And then the kids are still doing smog good.
Yep. They have a smog station in downtown Roseville.
It's helped Alyssa put new headlights in her.
Yep. Like everything's doing really well. Everything's doing really well. Everything's growing really nicely. The animals are doing fantastic.
Aerating the landscape.
The landscaping business is doing good. What else? I'm hoping that eventually, because we got that gingerbread house donated to us, and I cannot wait till John levels the ground so that we could but he has so many projects. His honey-do list is so long. Yeah. So I cannot wait till all those projects get done. I didn't get to do anything
this weekend. All I worked on was I had to fix tools all weekend.
Yeah.
And I only fixed half of the tools I wanted to fix because I have to wait for parts for the stuff.
Yep. Yeah, but that's pretty much, we went camping. I wouldn't really call it camping, glamping. We went glamping for the first time.
Yeah,
I didn't even know. I didn't even know what to expect. I've never been glamping before.
I've never been camping and around that many people at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a very social event. There's a big, huge bar right in the middle of the place. Indoor, outdoor bar in the middle of the place. There's
Bella.
What's she eating?
Grass. Yeah. So we went to this place. I forgot the name of it. It's pretty cool. Like,
Highway 1.
It's off by Highway 1 in the Bay Area, like Half Moon Bay area.
Yeah, it's just south of Half Moon Bay.
Santa Cruz. And so we went, and it's like these little white tents, and it has a bed in there with electricity and all kinds of stuff. And I've never camped like that.
There's a heater inside our tent.
Ours had a heater and some robes. And so we've never camped like that before. Yeah. There's a sauna and showers. I've never camped like that.
Everybody was riding around all the bikes everywhere, like a million bazillion kids. Oh, and a Michelin
star restaurant. Where they had
we didn't eat because we thought we were camping, so we brought all our own food.
Yeah. Which
we heard the
ours is Michelin
crazy.
too.
Everybody was talking
home
about
fresh
how
eggs.
good the restaurant was.
Yeah, ours is Michelin style also. Every time I cook is Michelin style.
I don't even know what Michelin means.
I think it means like the best.
That's what they
the
said.
best
It
of
was
the
like
best.
the best. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, every day here is the Michelin. I just did a Michelin meal the other day. Harvested from the garden and everything. Except for the mushrooms. What was I talking about? The
Camping.
gingerbread house. Oh yeah, so we went camping. So we never went camping like that before. It was amazing. It was sucky the first day because it rained and I didn't bring the proper shoes because I was like, it's glamping. I don't need no boots. And so I brought some running shoes and that were mesh.
Breathable.
Yeah, super breathable and got super wet.
Yep.
So
at least we have the heater in the room. We
Yeah.
put a basket on top of it, put the shoes on there, and it dried them real good.
Yeah, dried them real good. All my stuff.
Woke up in the morning, they're all dry.
Yeah, which was kind of nice to have a heater. I've never camped like that before. The normal
And a bed.
Yeah, and a bed, a
A
nice
full bed.
cushiony bed, like real comfy. And I've never camped like that before. Normally, I've always camped, backwoods. We camped backwood style, and we're
No cell phone. They had Wi-Fi, free
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, no password.
faster. Yeah,
Fast.
and super fast.
Free
Faster than
Wi-Fi.
our house. And so, yeah, that was amazing. And
We normally don't have internet where we go camping.
no, we don't have internet,
cell phone
no
service,
cell phone
can't even
service.
text.
Our kids don't even know. Like we taught them how to play charades. They didn't even know what that was. I was like, come on, you guys know what that is. But yeah, I taught them how to do we take them out backwoods. They act like little wild animals, and we love it. They had to build the
They're all
kitchen, all
adults
that
now,
stuff.
but they all still want to go camping.
Everyone still wants. Look at Mira. We have this livestock guardian dog that is oh my goodness, there's Val.
Yep.
They're in the chicken coop right now, eating all the chicken
Going
scraps. Going through the chicken scraps, trying to see what's in there for them.
They're chewing on something.
Whatever it is. But yeah, so they're over there having a feast in the chicken coop. I don't even know what they're. It's just vegetables and stuff.
Yeah. Dogs eat vegetables too.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it. This is going to be a kind of long vlog. Look at that. 61 minutes, and it's over an hour. Okay, so let's just call it a day. And I hope everyone that watches this video and everyone that joined in enjoyed it. And I think I'm going to go live more often because that way I don't have to edit. And it is what it is. And you see live what's happening on the farm. So everyone take care. Be safe. Stay cool out there if you're in a hot climate. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. How do we turn it off? There. Bam. Are you sure you want to stop streaming?